Okay, and 53 years ago, I entered the order. I'd had 22 years of age. I had, as I was told, quite some success as a potential important person in the field of theater and motion pictures, et cetera, et cetera. But I came, and then the longer I was in, the more I realized that this is what I want. And so then I began to realize, with the encouragement of the superiors, and the order is great about that, was that my mission would perhaps be working in the field of, we didn't use the term performing arts, but that was, no, and every day when I wake up, the first concern I have is that I would have my religious. I'd be no good, I'd be a fake, a phony, if as I left the luncheon today down to the most popular restaurant in the city, and I'm there with Tom Dooley. People don't even remember Tom Dooley. He was the great saint doctor.
Oh, yes.
Well, okay,
oh,
with
yes.
his people and some others. But if I'm there, and if I'm not a priest first, I'm a fake. I'm got a facade here, so that, and to be when religious life is a life, which means you have to exercise. You can't live. If you sit in a chair and never move a muscle, you're going to go into desuetude and decadence. But if you have to keep up your spiritual reading, you have the privilege of the liturgy of the Eucharist, and I'm fully conscious when I'm at that altar that it's not I, but that for whatever God intends. I mean, my mind can't even grasp the fact that it's Jesus Christ speaking through me that says, this is my body, this is my blood. And I believe that as I know it's, I mean, you can always say it's knowledge rather than belief, and that has never changed. But you just don't keep that understanding unless you, as I dig deeply into St. John's Gospel and his epistle, as that's one of the most refreshing of all the Gospels and epistles. You have to refresh yourself, because it is an exercise. You've got to exercise your spiritual life, and it has to be important. So in my values, any day of the week that I wake up, the value is my Mass, my office, and as often as I can be there with, because we are a community life, community activities. In other words, you stick at it, and then I had the advantage of being 22 and having had some success, and I grew up in a film company, and I knew the values of success, and of name, money, and all the rest of it, empty, really. And I mean, as compared to the serenity, the slow growth of serenity in your spiritual life. And then when you come up against you get many, many temptations. The one that's toughie to fight is pride. You know, you could get to a point and say, oh boy, am I really, I'm doing this for the White House, I'm this. So, and pride is the last vice to die. And so you've made your sacrifices, and you have to be extremely cautious in your social relations. You will never be a family man. You said, no, God, the family life is magnificent, but I'm going to make a willing sacrifice. I'm going to say, no, take the chance I have present at the moment. As a beginning, he said, I'm giving this up as a sacrifice. And God, when I promise you something, I better not take it back, because I don't know whether you're going to take it back. So that often makes me wonder about dispensations. That you can get a dispensation to return to second life. But the fundamental thing that started is a promise to God. In the same way as Graham, who is this magnificent man working with Burke, layman, drives so hard to make the priest realize, look, when you are praying, you are talking to God. Now, it's not President Reagan, it's not some head of a bank somewhere. This is you talking to God, and you better be fully conscious. And you can't come into his presence with his bedroom slippers on and throwing some clothes on and just happenstance to, you have the most beautiful prospect that a person can have is because you are an altar Christus. And I mentioned a while ago that the priest is clearly the audible and the visible sign of the pledge of Christ to remain with his church. The ages have passed, and who do you look? You look up and you see the priest there. What's that mean? That means that I'm with you all the days of my life. This is my body, this is my blood, whose sins you shall forgive. All in that man there. So it's a matter of not letting things distract you. That is to say, money, fame. You can many times get lonely as a polecat for companionship, but the companionship you got is not visible at the moment, but it's your meditations on God. So you have to face your tough days, and you face your tough days. There are a lot of old cliches, and one of the oldest cliches is nobody ever said it was going to be easy. True, nothing is.